It started with an idea.
I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
In a post-credits scene for the hugely successful Iron Man movie from 2008, these words kicked off what we now call the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or MCU, a collection of movies with their own individual stories, but loosely tied together, moving a larger plot forward. The MCU has brought some of our favorite Marvel heroes to life, including Captain America, Black Panther, and so many more. And with these franchise characters comes toys. Lots and lots of toys. Hasbro's Marvel Legends action figure line is the preferred 6-inch scale for Earth's mightiest heroes. And while there's been a ton of A-listers, today's top 10 will look at the never made, the supporting characters that helped or hurt our heroes, but never had their shot at being immortalized in plastic. Spoilers for all MCU movies. I'm Glenn with the Toy Temple, and these are my top 10 most wanted Marvel Legends MCU edition. Number 10 is Quicksilver. Pietro Maximoff, aka Quicksilver, debuted in the film Age of Ultron in 2015, and he grew up with his fraternal twin sister, Wanda, aka Scarlet Witch, in a country called Sokovia. The two were recruited to take part in a series of tests that gave them superpowers, and Pietro acquired the ability to move at supersonic speeds. Quicksilver then fought in the Battle of Sokovia alongside all of the other Avengers against Ultron, but later sacrificed his own life to protect Hawkeye. I'd love to see this figure made with some blue lightning effects that you can clip onto his legs, giving him the appearance of super speed. He's only in this one movie, but I feel like the team is incomplete without him. Number 9 is the Collector. The Collector, played by Benicio del Toro, is the keeper of the largest collection of interstellar fauna, relics, and species in the galaxy. He operates from the Nowhere port location, and through his dealings with Asgardians and the Guardians of the Galaxy, he was in possession of one of the Infinity Stones, and was nearly able to obtain a second. Why the Collector? He appeared in Thor: The Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Infinity War. Just think about the amazing accessories we could have with this figure. We could have separate Infinity Stones, alien plants, Cosmo the dog. The options are endless. However, one item in his collection does deserve a separate mention. Number 8, Howard the Duck. This Duck-Worldian was first seen in the MCU during Guardians of the Galaxy in a post-credits scene in 2014. I just think it would be hilarious to see such a silly yet classic character on my toy shelf standing next to the likes of other cosmic toys, like Silver Surfer and Adam Warlock. Maybe pair him up in a 2-pack or sell him with a 4K re-release of his 80s movie. Number 7 is Baron Zemo, a Sokovian citizen turned terrorist mastermind who sought revenge against the Avengers after losing his family in the Battle of Sokovia. He was obsessed with defeating and destroying them. However, knowing that he was no physical match for them, he instead planned to have them destroy each other. But why Baron Zemo? While the main villain in Civil War is miscommunication between Iron Man and Captain America, I think having a face-printed Daniel Bruhl and a swappable comics purple masked head would really make this figure pop. Number 6 is the Ancient One. Portrayed by the mega-talented Tilda Swinton, the Ancient One was the Sorcerer Supreme as well as the leader of the Masters of the Mystic Arts. For centuries, the Ancient One protected Earth from mystical threats and dedicated herself to helping others in need by educating them in the magical arts to give them new hope. She encountered Doctor Strange and, despite her initial reluctance, was persuaded to accept him as her student. She possessed immense magical power and absolute mastery and knowledge of the mystic arts. Why they didn't release her during the first wave of figures for the Doctor Strange movie in 2016? I'll never know. I'd love to have one, especially if it came with different hands, complete with a sling ring. Make sure to include her signature yellow jacket, and you've got magic at your fingertips. Number 5 is Peggy Carter. Peggy Carter, portrayed by Haley Atwell, was one of the most prominent agents of the Strategic Scientific Reserve during and after World War II, and she was one of the founders of S.H.I.E.L.D. Peggy also helped in the development of the super soldier serum, which incidentally led to the creation of Captain America. She was tough, covert, and a lethal threat to Hydra. She'd fall head over heels for Cap, but due to him giving her the cold shoulder, it never blossomed into true love. For her figure though, I was thinking she could have a 1940s pistol, the big red hat, blue outfit, and skirt. Just please Hasbro, no high heels. Number 4 is Whiplash. Ivan Vanko was a Russian physicist and the son of the disgraced scientist Anton Vanko. When Ivan's father died penniless due to the actions of Howard Stark, he swore his revenge against Stark's own son, Tony, who you might have heard of. The first Whiplash armor was designed as a harness powered by an arc reactor with 2 electrified whips. He used the armor to ambush Tony Stark in Monaco, and it looks awesome. Mickey Rourke didn't exactly nail the role, but the suit was born to be an action figure. Give him those long electric whips, light up arc reactor, and yes, even his bird. Number 3 is Korg. Next up is the only fully CGI character who made the cut for this list. Korg is a Cronin warrior who resided on Sakaar and was forced to participate with the Grandmaster's Contest of Champions. Taika Waititi nailed the role and catapulted Korg from obscure comic personality to being one of the most memorable side characters ever in a Marvel movie. With how well Hasbro did with The Thing recently, there is no reason Korg can't be done. Make him build a figure scale, extra hands, and maybe even pack Meek in there so he doesn't get lonely. Number 2 is Hank Pym. Dr. Hank Pym was an etymologist and physicist who developed the Ant-Man suit. For a time, he worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. as a consultant and became the first Ant-Man. Later, he formed his own company, Pym Technologies, and passed the title of Ant-Man down to Scott Lang. However, in the comics, Hank Pym was a founding Avenger. Pym, alongside Wasp, Thor, Hulk, and Iron Man, defeated Loki, and the rest, as they say, is history. He's worn the suit twice over the course of 2 movies, for goodness sake. Let's pull the trigger and make a face-printed Michael Douglas, a small version of Wasp you can pack in, and maybe some older Ant-Man tech. If you already own an Ant-Man, this could be just what you need to buy a second. It's a small price to pay. And here we are, the number 1 pick for my most wanted, never done before MCU character is Heimdall. Portrayed by Idris Elba, Heimdall was an Asgardian blessed with sensory capabilities far beyond those of Asgardians, letting him see nearly all things that happen in the 9 realms. Putting those powers to good use, he was used as the gatekeeper to Asgard. He's appeared in Thor, Thor the Dark World, Avengers Age of Ultron, Thor Ragnarok, and Avengers Infinity War. How in the world did someone rocking gold armor, dreadlocks, a giant golden sword not get made into an action figure? His sword being packed into the Thor Ragnarok 2-pack with Valkyrie and Thor was a good start, but we need more Idris Elba action figures. Heimdall gave his life to save Thor and Hulk at the start of Infinity War, so the very least we can do is let him live forever in our collections and our hearts. That's my top 10 of who I think needs to be made for your toy shelf. Did I leave somebody off? Let me know below in the comments who you would like to see made next. Hit like, share the video, and help this channel grow. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We always appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and remember, you're never too old to enjoy the things you love.